Do or die.
I'm gonna take a minute to show you one of the coolest games that came out this year. It's called Raw Metal, baby. It was released by Team Crucible as their first game. In their own words, the core of their development is storytelling, gameplay, and flashy cinematic flair, which I think they have an abundance of in Raw Metal. It's a super stylish game. The visuals are so sexy. The models are very basic and somewhat low poly, but are drastically carried by the art direction to make one of the coolest and most unique looking games out of this year, at least for me. The contrast, the bright colors over black plays into the gameplay, maintains a dark feeling atmosphere while also giving you more than enough visual information to process what's happening. It's sleek as ice, even the UI is brimming with personality. That must have been pretty inspired by Atlas games to some degree, like Persona. The menu flows with style. It flows with grace. This UI is fully functioning and readable, but so fucking sexy. Raw Metal does this perfectly. Look at the... Oh, the zipper, dude! It's so stylish. It's so full of little details like that. Like, the more gear you put on in your hideout, the more complex the music theme gets. Is so cold. The look of the main character I think is genius. Two big, bright, wide eyes and a skinny frame to emphasize the wild movements in the game, and a large helmet to really illustrate just how thin and small you are. It really gives you an underdog mentality when stacking up against even a normal enemy's build. The music is top notch, intense when it needs to be and cautious in other moments. The gameplay is just as important as these other elements, and it kicks ass. Oh, fucking broke that guy in half. Oh, I fucking hate stealth games. It almost always boils down to just waiting when it's implemented in a game that, you know, doesn't do it right.
Oh, bitch, walk faster. Walk faster, god damn it. God damn it. Walk faster.
Doesn't give much agency to the player, I think. So it should tell you something that I love Raw Metal, a stealth action game. Unlike most stealth games, you're unable to instantly dispatch an enemy from the shadows. You can only engage the fight at an advantage, and it's always with a sick-ass suplex or a sucker punch. At this point, you engage in the normal fast-paced action combat, but they'll have half of their usual health bar and likely be isolated if you chose your moment correctly. It's true that this does slightly decrease the importance of stealth, making it so that it doesn't, instantly dispatch them, but I don't think by much. If you don't choose to engage with it, you can be placed in a 2, 3, or even 4v1 situation that is so much harder to play around. Also, look at what happens when you catch somebody alone. They say shit like that all the time, it's awesome. In these stealth sections, there are also tools you can find to make it easier, like a noisemaker or a stun gun. Pretty standard affair for a stealth game. Some of them are even useful in combat too. I think the core of the game revolves around the incredibly fun combat. I know, it's super stylish, it's amazing, it's approachable on the surface. You have a punch, a kick, a dodge, a parry. It's really not complicated at all, just a different function for these few face buttons. Punches and kicks fly out almost instantly, and they can be charged for a strong version. The game borrows from fighting game mechanics as well, with a juggle and a wall splat. The juggle allows you to rack up a higher combo with no resistance, and the wall splat creates a moment of vulnerability from the enemy. You can combo a juggle into a wall splat if you time it right, which gives you a massive advantage and usually means that you're going to win that 1v1 fight, unless you're in a boss fight. Fighting multiple enemies at once is really tough. Timings might not always align, and you need to either parry or dodge and weave through attacks. This is a huge reason why people are encouraged to play stealthily. There is, however, friendly fire among them, so it's in your best interest to try to position yourself near them so you can just bolt away for the chance of them to strike each other. Combat is kept pretty fresh because enemies block combos that you use too much, another thing that's kind of borrowed from fighting games. If your go-to combo is punch, 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 they'll start disrupting your rhythm. They'll also get tougher as the game goes on, so you'll be harder and harder pressed to take them down in a single combo. You'll have to engage with a bit of mixing rhythms and inputs. It's just wonderful. Gear and resources are pretty important to the game as well. While you're playing, you'll find the resources and randomized gear of varying quality. On clearing a level, you'll have an option to descend for more gear or return to your base. Also, I found out while editing that they added a mechanic where if you keep your gear and descend, you get higher quality stuff in version 1.2, and I was just about to complain, but the mechanic answers the complaint. That base is a stockpile for gear and gadgets. If you end up being beaten, the enemies will strip you down of your hard-earned materials and you'll be booted back to the home screen. This means you need to be very selective about when you bring out gear. For example, some gear muffles the noise that you make, great for most levels, terrible for a boss fight, and the boss fights are tough. And also just really cool.
I don't know what you're looking for down here, but you're not gonna like what you find.
Yeah, I know.
You should have stayed home, kid. Valiant attempt. You can't stop this kid.
They're total pains in the ass, but like in Souls games, I get an intense amount of satisfaction from finally learning their moves and overcoming it.
Me when I
Expected
Me
more
when I
from
fucking
you.
kill the head of security.
Me when I can finally look at all the screens.
whoops screaming on it.
It's similar to Souls games, Fury, anything that makes their boss fights a cornerstone of their game. The bosses in Raw Metal each feel like distinct works of art, tailor-made challenges that serve as roadblocks. If you enjoy that type of challenging, objective-based gameplay, then you gotta give this game a try. There's a cool little story in Raw Metal for you to discover. What secrets does this mining facility hold, and who is our main character? The setting, the style, the gameplay is a high-quality groundwork that teases me to actually be interested in the mysterious nature of our main character and the way the bosses treat them. If it weren't for Balatro, this would be my favorite game to come out this year. I'm sorry, I know you worked really hard, but it's Balatro, man. One thing I forgot to mention in the original recording, if the game is too tough, they've provided a far more lax difficulty option that includes one-tapping enemies from stealth if toughness was the only thing that scared you off. Just thought I'd mention that. It's $20 at full price and can be beaten in about 5 to 10 hours? Not super sure, results may vary. I wouldn't say it's the most budget-friendly game in terms of time spent, so I'd advise waiting for a sale if that's an issue with you. The quality is just phenomenal though. I cannot recommend it enough. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.
Hey, yo, can I send you something?
Yeah, go ahead. I love when you
Okay.
send me things. When you send me things, I'm like, oh my gosh, another message from Mino. What a day it is today. Oh my god, he arched his back. I think I suck as bad as somebody could suck at this game.
I also kind of suck at it. Choking on it.
I am.
Good girl. Damn, going crazy mode on it.
I'm raw fucking metal.
Have you finished Arcane?
No, I haven't.
Alright.
I'm waiting to watch season 2.
Why?
Why? Oh! I was like 2 punches away from finishing him off.
When I'm fucking